Self-awareness is probably the number one inhibitor to personal growth. We all have blind spots. And I think mine over 40 years ago was, at IBM. I'm a college intern. I did not have the requisite grade point. I didn't even come close. You could have doubled my grade point. I still barely made it. And I had a boss, though, that would call me in the office every day. And as she called me in every single day, my attitude became worse. Now, keep in mind, I had people fighting for me to get this job. Keep in mind, I exposed myself to massive change. So I showed some guts and resilience, yet every single day I didn't know what I was doing. So finally, one day she called me and it was at about, I'd say about 90 to 120 days, and I was going to quit. She said, "Do you know why I call you in here?" And I said, "No." She said, "I'm going to tell you things that most people will never take the time to tell you. What you do with it is a choice. You don't have to listen to me. Yet I want to give you perspectives where you can make the choice to help you with your career." So I went from quitting, angry attitude to, oh, and she kind of shocked me a little bit. And I stopped and I said, "Well, what do you call that?" She said, "Coaching." This is 41 years ago. And that was the day I went into coaching. I fell in love with it because her office went from this thing I avoided like crazy to, this is nice sitting in here now. And it was almost overwhelming, as corny and theatrical as that comes off. So then you fast forward 40 years later, Tasha Eurich, who wrote a New York Times bestseller, Insight, did a survey and surveyed people about self-awareness. It's her passion. That's her work. She has a PhD in industrial psychology. And she surveyed and she asked, how many of you have a high degree of self-awareness? 95% said yes. 9.5 out of every 10 people. When she assessed and tested them, only 10% really did. Meaning 85% of the people were fooling them. So if you're a leader and you have 85% people lacking self-awareness, 71% are neutral or actively disengaged according to Gallup, 42% are out looking for jobs, a coachable mind can turn those numbers in the right direction. And so it starts with self-awareness, being really honest with yourself. Not everybody likes you. Not everybody accepts your intent. It doesn't always equal their participation. And by asking for feedback, by driving your own self-awareness, by being the architect of what you need to change to go from level 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, whatever that is, then leaders will walk towards you and say, "You want to go there? I am willing to help you." If you're resistant and you're only focused on what you want and you're not willing to go in that direction, the people who can help you may not be willing to help you get what you want. And so that 85% is a daunting number. 9 out of 10 people, roughly, lack self-awareness. I mean, I'll add some humor to it. When was the last time someone walked into a boss's office and said, "Sandra, I just wanted to stop by. My attitude this month is going to just be for crap. I'm probably going to talk to you at the water cooler. And, Joe and Gary, I'm going to probably undermine their project a little bit. Just wanted to give you visibility." And when I use that, people will laugh. And sadly, it's true. It happens all the time. And so that 85%, if we can get people practicing that and get that under 50, the workplace dramatically changes.